it has happened. What's good, folks? Welcome to the YouTube channel. And if you're new, this is where we ride bold, we ride fast, but we ride smart. Yes, it has happened. I have crashed for the first time. I did not crash not one time all last season. And that was my first time, my first season ever racing. I did not crash not once. I was in the lion's den, did not crash. And that race was like 30 miles an hour average. What? But I've crashed on the first race of 2022. We're gonna get into it. But let's update you real quick. If you notice, it's a new setting. I have moved. I have my own office space, my workspace, and I'm gonna be dropping some more visuals on the content and videos and stuff. So make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram just to see what's gonna happen. I really want to hop into this race, but let's say this race was probably the most dangerous race I've ever been in. Yeah, it was the CAT4, and let's just say the field had to be at least close to 65, 70. Half of the field were juniors that catted up. Yeah. We're gonna get into it. It's the Majestic race, the first race of the season, and I crashed. The question is, did I finish? First race of the season. This is Majestics, man. Off the chart. I'm extremely nervous. I'm extremely nervous. I'm actually going solo. I'm no longer on my team that I had, which was Major Motion. So having that on the brain, trying to figure out what's the good placement. Spoiler alert, being in the back was not the idea for me, man. I should have been in the front. Honestly, I should have been in the front, and I couldn't get into a rhythm at all. Like coming into the corner right here, people kept braking, and it was like every corner, literally every corner we were braking. We're doing 28 miles an hour, and then as soon as we come into the corner, we're dropping, and then all that does is just puts in a lot of watts and wasting too much energy. Right now I'm coasting and we're dropping down to 22, 21 miles an hour into the corner, and then I gotta bust out 700 watts just to get back up to speed. Like I was not in a rhythm, and I should have been in the front. Like a lot of people couldn't really corner, so I just tried to figure out where my placement was, and you will see in this video I started chilling behind Go Fast, because I know most of the riders there, and who's strong, who's not. I just wanted to play it safe. Man, look at that. It's not even strung out, and I'm just off in the back. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm still trying to figure out, what's going on. And then it gets spreaded out like this. This is where like things are going, like, and then we break into this easy corner. We're down to 23. We just had 27. We're down to 23 miles an hour into an easy corner, but it's so spread it out. It's like it's really hard to get around. And literally, I'm coasting, not pedaling at all. and I'm just trying. I should have been in the front, but because the way the field is so spread it out, I mean, it's either go super wide and just risk it and go into the wind, or just be patient. And I think this season for me is just learning to be patient now that I'm solo, or just the mindset that I'm by myself, period, at the moment. So just chilling in the back, man, like coasting, not doing really nothing. I mean, the speeds is 27, 28, but then every time we get to a corner, it just slows down. And then the other part that was really hard is figuring out, should I be on the inside or should I be on the outside? Because everybody was hitting the gutters. They was taking it super tight, as if there was nobody there, and knowing people, can potentially crash, just trying to hug the corners. And it's been a couple of crashes. I was the first one to be in a crash, and I was in this corner here of a rider that hit their brakes. At this point right here, I'm figuring, I'm like, yo, you need to move up. Just suck it up, take the win, but hurry up and try to tuck in as much as possible. Like right here, see, I tucked in, trying to get into the good spot of the corner, but I had to brake. So my man 424 was coming into that gutter, and then again, busting out 700 watts every time in this corner, man. It's a killer. And these roads, I feel like this road got terrible over a year. And look, we're braking 24 miles an hour here. I'm used to going at least into the corners at 30 something miles an hour. And this is the speed that I like, 30 miles an hour. I'm coasting at 30 miles an hour. And then we get into the corner. This is probably the fastest we've done into that corner, 26 miles an hour. And that was just people being safe. I see Go Fast is forming their train in the back. And I believe this is Chris here. And Chris is a powerhouse, strong rider. So I just started chilling behind Chris and Mario, just to stick on their wheel, because I know eventually they're gonna move up, and I just want to move up what I know who is potential or could be winning a race. So I just sat back here and just chilled with them for a minute. Spoke up, just to make sure they knew somebody was coming on their inside, so nobody should crash. For me, I'm going to be vocal just for safety. Yeah, so I see them moving out. I'm gonna follow this line. This is scary. Ooh. Oh, I'm just like, that corner is just people just hugging in that corner tight. Oh man. So again, hanging out and following behind Go Fast. It was smooth. And when they picked up the pace a little bit, I just stayed with them. I don't know if this is the lap where Mario kind of takes off towards the front. No, this is not it. And I think when that time comes, I think that was my biggest mistake in this whole race, was not staying behind Chris, which is right here in front of me in a Go Fast purple jersey. I did not stay with him, and I think that's where I made my mistake. which caused me to crash pretty much. I mean, I'm not saying whoever hit their brakes is what made me crash, but I could have saved, myself from even being in potential of crashing. So at this point here, I'm kind of looking up ahead, and I'm telling them like, hey, we might need to move up because there's a potential break. And I don't know if it got brought back. I think, yeah, that's what I was asking. Did the brake get brought back? So again, I'm not fighting, but I'm not gonna let a wheel go. And I tell my man for a faster me, hey, this is my wheel. I see you. I'm not gonna hit you. It's good communication. And some riders that I know that we ride with each other, we respect each other. And at this point right here, I found myself moving up, but I told Chris to go ahead and go, and I stayed, hop behind him. Yeah. And if you see my heart rate, man, 184. That's how you know I'm nervous. Like, why is my heart rate at 184? And I think it stayed there. Like 192. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not hurting. You know what I'm saying? I still feel good. It's just like, I think I'm just nervous. I'm in this race. I'm nervous. So jumping ahead in this video, if you see Mario, I think this is the lap where he kind of like takes off and go in the front. Yeah, see, and Chris was supposed to follow, but Mario, that's a speed racer. So I go ahead, and that's where I made my mistake. Is trying to jump in the front or try to hurry up and catch up with Mario, but because it was too late of coming into that corner, I had to brake, which I should have stayed right there with Chris, and I didn't. At this moment right here, this is my mistake of the race. It's not staying with Chris, because Chris is on the left side. He's going to take the outside and move all the way up to the front, and I didn't go with that. And I think right now, just watching this, that was my race. You know what I'm saying? That my race was done at that moment, because I didn't follow Chris and stay behind Chris. Not saying that I should have trusted Chris, or Chris was trusting me to stay on his wheel. Again, we're not on the same team, but me and him ride good with each other, and I should have just stayed with him. That's just what it was. So here, now I'm in his back, and like I said, this is a huge field, 70-something people. I'm not saying it's not easy or hard to get around. It's just trying to figure out how to navigate through all these people without using so much energy. Like, I'm at 500, 400 some watts, and I'm not even in the front. So I try to get off on the right side, on the inside, and just taking in wind, but I'm closing up and taking up spots. But again, I'm safety first, so I know we're coming up to a corner. Hop behind this guy right here, just to be safe. I ain't trying to do no dive bombing, because that can take people out easily, or it could just make me hit the brakes even more, and I gotta bust out 700 watts. So yep, but I could have been in the front. Yeah. Fast forward, I believe this might be the lap. The rider right here in front of me is the Bros Right Bike. In the corner before, he hit the brakes, and I had to hit the brakes. So as I'm riding behind, I have to go into the corner. He hits the brakes, and my back wheel just spent out. It just clearly spent out. And at this moment here, I'm facing a decision of, I know my side is hurting, and I'm just like, I don't know. I hope the bike is okay. But I'm just like, the motorcycle person was like, yo, you can go into the pit. I'm like, you know what? Let's check the bike real quick. Should I walk this way? And I was like, nah, we for the, get back on this bike and go into this pit. So I hop on. All right, so I got back inside the peloton, and again, you can see that's the front there. I'm just like, not gonna be in the back, no. People was asking me, am I okay? Because they could see my butt cheeks is all out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm scarred up, but I was not saying nothing to nobody because I was upset, and I'm just laser focused. So we went around, like, I think it was like 2 laps, and we come around this lap here, and the pace is up. This is what I'm feeling, and I want to be in this race, and potentially I'm about to come into another crash. After this is turn 3. So I'm on the side of Jack and his friend. I think he was trying to speak to me, and I was just trying to stay focused. So if you no disrespect to you, just trying to stay focused. So I'll go around Jack. I let Jack know, if you look in the corner going into this turn right here, a guy slips, and a guy in front of me falls right in front of him, and his crank hits my front tire and pops my tire. This is the second crash. Actually, this is the third crash of the race, I believe. And no, this was the second. There was one more big crash. And here, I'm upset. I'm like, man, 2 crashes in a race. I've never done 1, but now I'm in 2. Like, this must be the worst day ever. And I'm yelling for my boy Rome, because at the beginning of the race, he was coming out to support me. He brought a set. He brought his bike, and he just told me, like, yo, if you get a flat, just let me know, and we're gonna exchange tires or whatnot, or exchange wheels. And I'm calling him, but he's nowhere near to be found. So one of the other riders that was on the right side of me was just like, yo, we'll let you use my wheels and make sure you don't crash because they $500. So after he said that, I was like, man, I just want to finish the race. And that's it. So I got the wheel on, the peloton is is passing me, and I'm like, I gotta go. Now I'm chasing. I'm for sure chasing, and I'm like, I have to get behind this peloton. I have no choice, and that's just what it is. If I don't get behind this peloton now, my race is done. Like, you might as well just pull over to the side and get a DNF. A DNF is did not finish. Luckily, this motorcycle here catch a little baby draft behind it, but I'm just like, yo, I gotta catch up. And do I catch up is the question. I'm looking at this motorcycle, I'm like, yo, you in my way. So I had to let her know, yo, you got a rider behind you. She slows up and let me get in front. So again, I'm pushing 30, trying to catch on to this peloton, and at the same time not trying to use so much energy. If you notice, the field is slowing down, and I'm just like, cool, but at the same time I'm like, why are they slowing down? Like, I should have been dropped already. But this gave me so much motivation. If any cyclists know, at this moment right here, it's like, I got to get on. I got to attach myself to the peloton. And do I attach myself to the peloton? Yes, I do. So I attach myself, and I'm totally gassed. Look at my heart rate. I'm at 192, but I'm not giving up. I'm hurting, but I'm not hurting. I'm just not trying to give up. And I don't remember how many laps we had left. I think it was either four laps to go. I can't move up right now because my heart rate is at a sky high. I'm at 194, 193. But some people are tired, so I'm like, yo, keep pushing. Do not let go. Like, I'm almost fading behind, and I can see it slipping away, but I'm just not. I want to finish the race. But I want to finish the race with the peloton. I'm not giving up at all. That's just the mindset that I have, is stay behind the peloton, get a little bit of energy as much as possible, and then, move up. The peloton is not going 26. They gotta be going like at least 25 for me to still be hanging on. And then for them to be breaking in the corner, I just keep pedaling. So that allows me to just smooth sail right behind somebody that's not pedaling. Give me a little break. Like, I should have been drifting off of him for a second. But again, the peloton is not moving that fast. So my heart rate is dropping down, which is cool. It's not dropping below where I know it should be, but as long as it's dropping, it's helping me out just a little bit, just a tad. But again, the pace picks up, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm at 188. Help me. But I'm hanging on, man. I'm hanging on to this peloton. I've been in 2 crashes already. I'm just trying to just finish this race. I'm on somebody else's wheels. I'm definitely not trying to crash. So I get into this peloton, man. I find myself, like, I guess in the middle, and I'm just like, yo, just stay in the draft. And again, I'm almost defeating myself, and like, I'm upset that I got into crashes. I see people body language, they're dropping, and I'm just like, I think it's like 2 laps to go. And I'm just like, just stay in here, save as much energy as possible. You can still potentially get a higher spot or something. Because I don't have the energy to move all the way up. If I move all the way up, then I'm dead. That's just how I see it. So I'm just trying to save as much energy as possible, being in this draft for the peloton. And just crank out one more sprint, because that's all I have. I have one more match, and that's all I can give. So my heart rate is not dropping below 180 at all. So we're coming into the final lap. 1 lap to go, and the question is, do I have enough energy? Do I have enough energy? That is the question. Normally, I would probably be at least 5th or 6th wheel by now. But I do not. My heart rate is at 204. 204, you guys. 205. I don't have the energy. Like, normally I'm in sprint zone at that moment at 200 heart rate. Sprint already. But because of me have to get into the peloton, that cost me, and I only got 1 sprint left in me. It's a match that I always keep when I know I need to pull it out. And this is that match that I know I need to pull out. And the question is, what do I do? This is the 1 more turn left. Give it all you can give. People are already sprinting. People are already probably hitting the corner right now. Are they hitting the corner right now? Yeah, they hitting the corner right now. And I'm just trying to finish in a good position. So I'll just get up and start digging, and just to see what I have, man. It's that almost 1100 watts quickly, and that was it. Like a quick 1100 watts, and I sat down. I didn't have nothing else. If this video helped you in any form, encouraged you, if you fall, get back up, finish the race. If you're extremely hurt, then hey, I understand. But other than that, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you can get that notification when I drop new videos. The next video will be dropping, and that's the CBR race. The CBR race. That race there, I ran into my worst enemy. You gotta watch that race. Other than that, make sure y'all ride fast, ride smart, but ride bold. Catch y'all later, man.